What's going on, Rasmanites? Well, last week worked so well that decision made right here, right now, it's so much easier to just talk about the week that was in sports rather than try to limit myself to one or two topics, because there's always so much that goes on in the week. So welcome to another episode of the week that was in sports on the Razman's Reality. Haha! Woo, buddy! Who do you think gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody! Yeah, boy! Undefeated against the entire AFC North, undefeated against the Steelers for, I think, since the first time since 1998, maybe 1996. Point is, long but time since we've been able to say that in Bengal Nation. Undefeated against the Ravens as well. Now all we got left is the crappy Browns, who are the worst team in the league. This will be the first year that I can ever remember in my lifetime, because I was born in '79. Even though the Bengals had semi-successful teams in the early '80s, I wasn't old enough to really remember every detail about those teams. So this will be the first time in my lifetime that I'm fully conscious of a successful Bengals season. Granted, there was a division title in '05, but we all know how terribly that ended with the Carson Palmer injury. This team is different, and I knew it. I just got to reiterate the fact of what I said a couple of weeks ago. I absolutely 100% knew that this team would be a tremendous success because I watched Hard Knocks on HBO and saw this team come together. But even I didn't expect a season like this, where the only two losses they've had are a fluke loss against the Denver Broncos in Week 1 and a loss where they just suffered a lot of injury in the game and weren't mentally prepared to overcome it at the spur of the moment against the Houston Texans. So this is just amazing. I'm not going to call us Super Bowl champs yet because there is still some season to go, but I think they have at the very least secured their spot in the playoffs, and man, I'm just on cloud nine. I'm telling you what, as a Bengals fan, I am just on cloud nine. In other news, Jimmy Johnson did it again. Can this guy ever lose? Seriously, he did it again. He goes out and dominates at Texas last week, puts a pretty much insurmountable lead on Mark Martin, and is on the verge of going into Homestead next Sunday for the season finale and winning 4 straight NASCAR Sprint Cup championships. Just think about that. In the history of the major cup level, whether it was known as Winston Cup, whether it was known as Nextel Cup or Sprint Cup, regardless of what the name of the big time in NASCAR has been, that circuit, nobody in the history of the sport has ever won 4 championships in a row. I mean, say what you want about the chase and whether or not it messed up the point system and all that, but Jimmy Johnson has figured out how to dominate in the chase and just continues to absolutely destroy his competition. If this guy isn't a modern day legend forming right before our eyes, well, not forming, he's already a legend for what he's done, but now he's going to tack this on top of it. There may not be, when you look at the overall history of NASCAR, in 20, 30 years when you're talking about it. It might go Earnhardt, Johnson, Petty. They may all be in that same sentence because Jimmy Johnson is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Steven Jackson getting traded to the Bobcats. What do you guys think about that? Is this guy finally going to be at peace? Ohio State didn't forget about them. They beat Illinois, and they have secured at least a share of the Big Ten title for the 5th straight season. If they can beat Michigan on Saturday, they will win it outright and earn themselves their first appearance in the Rose Bowl in quite some time. Of course, that's with good reason since they've been in contention for the national championship. But hopefully they can go in the Rose Bowl against the Pac-10 champion and give themselves a win and build momentum toward next year, make the national championship game, and actually win it for once. Don't forget to check out the live show tonight. We'll start out on Ustream.com. And if loads of you show up, if it's a Razmanite party, we will try to go to Stickam or Blog TV or Livestream or any place that will allow us to have an effective group chat. So just stay locked on Twitter and Facebook for the happenings with the live show tonight. Hope to see everyone come out. This is reality according to the Razman and Razman style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.